Alrighty, fourth graders, let's get started. We're on day 3. Today's Thursday. It's day 3 because Monday was a holiday. All right, so we have our name. So you're going to put your name on the line. And then today's date is the 28th. Awesome. It says match the meaning. Use each clue to find the word or phrase that matches its meaning. Write the word or phrase on the line that corresponds to the meaning. Sorry. So they give us a word bank. Dear, right, whole, pair, hour, loud whisper, pair, hour, freezer burn, dear, right, and whole. So if you'll notice, some of these words were pronounced the same, but they're spelled differently and they also have different meanings. For example, dear and dear, or whole and whole. So we got to make sure that we use the right version of the word. So let's get started. They have an example. Bittersweet. Something that is both happy and sad. Kind of like the end of the school year is bittersweet. We're happy because it means summer's coming. We get to relax. We don't have to do any work. We might get to go swimming or have fun. But it's also a little sad because we say goodbye to our friends and our teachers. So now we're on number 1. It says a type of fruit that is often green or yellow. So I want you to look at this and try to find which word you think is a type of fruit that is often green or yellow. Use your word bank. If you said pear, you're right. A pear is a type of fruit that is often green or yellow. You guys used to eat those a lot for breakfast sometimes. So that's pear, like P-E-A-R. There's also another pear, but that means something else. It's not a fruit. So let's go ahead and cross that one off so we know we used it. Let's try number 2. A sound that someone makes when they are trying to speak quietly, but is really not as quiet as they had hoped. So you're going to choose a word from the word bank. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds, and if I'm going too fast, then you can press pause if you need more time. If you said loud whisper, you're right. Got to write really small because our line is really short. Loud whisper, a sound that someone makes when they are trying to speak quietly, but it is really not as quiet as they had hoped. Now we're on to number 3. Let's cross off loud whisper before I forget. There we go. Number 3, the correct way to do something. So you're going to choose a word from the word bank. If you said right, you're right or correct. It's R-I-G-H-T. Now there's another form of right, but that's like when you write something out. Now, I might confuse you a little, but I need to tell you this. This form of right, R-I-G-H-T, means the correct way of doing something, just like on our paper, or it can also mean right, like your right hand. Okay? So there's 2 meanings for the same exact word. Number 4, an entire part of something. You're going to choose a word from the word bank. If you said whole, you're right. W-H-O-L, whole, an entire part of something. Like a whole pizza. That'd be like saying you can eat a whole pizza. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I got a phone call. So a whole is an entire part of something. Now we're on number 5. When crystals develop on something. That one's kind of tricky. Go ahead and give me your best guess. If you said freezer burn, you're right. Freezer burn is like little ice crystals when they get stuck on your food when you leave it in the freezer for a long time. Most of you, I don't know if you would know that, because I don't know if you keep your food in the freezer or not. Again, we need to write kind of small because our space is small. Okay, so freezer burn is when crystals develop on something. We're going to cross it off. We're on number 6. Created when a farmer wants to plant something. So think about it. When a farmer wants to plant something, first they have to create or dig a hole. If you said hole, you're right. To put their seeds in. H-O-L-E. So this type of hole is like a hole, like when you dig a hole in the ground, or if you have a hole in your shirt, that's H-O-L-E. Whereas whole as in one unit, like a whole pizza, is W-H-O-L-E. They're a little different. All right, let's try number 7. A common greeting in a letter. So you're going to choose a word from the word bank. If you said dear, you're right. D-E-A-R. It's a common greeting in a letter. Usually it starts the letter with like, dear students, and then I would write you a letter. So it's kind of like a way of saying hello or addressing someone, telling them who it's to. Number 8, an animal that lives in wooded areas. So again, you're going to choose something from the word bank. If you said deer, again, but with 2 E's, you're right. So it's D-E-E-R. That's like the animal deer, like in this picture down here. Speaking of which, I saw a deer this weekend. I went up to Big Bear, and there were some deers crossing the road. Or number 9, belonging to someone. So, belonging to someone would be our. Like, this is our classroom. It belongs to us. Or that is our pet. It belongs to you. And we're on our last one, number 10, a unit of time. If you said hour again, but with an H, you're right. H-O-U-R is hour, as in a unit of time. Like we are going to study for 1 hour. Alrighty. Oh, that's weird. The multiplication did not print on my printer for your math. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So, we're going to do these. So, where would you go if you could time travel? So you can choose your own answer or write whatever I write. I would go, if I could time travel, which means like, I think I would go to the future. So you might say you would go back in the past, you might go to a specific day, whatever you think. says, when my time machine broke, I was stuck in the age of the dinosaurs. We're going to skip that one because there's very little room and there's not much of a prompt. If you could tame any animal for a pet, what would it be? Ooh, so that means if you could like train any animal to be able to like stay in your home to be a pet, what would it be? I think I would tame an elephant. You might want to choose a different animal. You could choose whatever you want and just write it in this space. I'm choosing an elephant because I think that'd be really cool. We're going to skip this one as well and go on to the next one. Describe your pet or a pet you'd like to have. I'm going to say my pet is a dog. So if you do not have a pet, then you're going to describe a pet you would like to have. So you might say, I would like to have a dog or a cat or a fish or a squirrel. I don't know, whatever kind of pet you would like to have. What are your 5 favorite foods? So we're going to list 5 foods that are our favorite. Mine are sushi. So remember, you could use your own. You don't have to copy mine. Fruit. I love fruit. Pizza. What else? I would say cheeseburgers. And ice cream. So your 5 might be different. I have sushi, fruit, pizza, cheeseburgers, and ice cream. You might have something else. So now our question is, would you rather go without video games or sweets for a month? So they mean if you had to give up one of those, video games or sweets, which one would you give up? I would give up video games because I don't really play video games. And I love sweets. And we're going to skip this last one because there's not really any space for us to write it. All right, so that is the end. If I move too fast, feel free to pause the video and get yourself caught up. I'm going to go figure out why my math page didn't print and see if I can fix it because it looks crazy. So I'm going to go see if I can fix it. All right. Alrighty. So make sure to check back in for the math video. And I'll let you know if I can't get it printed, but there should be a math video.